Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel. Today's makeup tutorial is going to be on a fresh, light, kind of natural makeup look. I wanted just something pretty for spring with a bright pop of a lip and flushed cheeks and flawless skin and a light, shimmery, neutral eye. So if you like this look, just go ahead and keep watching and I'll show you a step-by-step tutorial on how to recreate it. I hope you guys enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is upside down, but I'm going to take this to prime my eyelids so that the eyeshadow lasts a little bit longer and goes on more smoothly. I'm just going to take a very small amount of that, about yay big, and apply it all over my eyelids. The important thing with this is to not use too much and to let it dry before you apply the eyeshadow. If it goes on while it's still too wet, it will never set properly and it will just cause the eyeshadow to crease even more. Then while that eyeshadow primer dries, I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. This is the Kat Von D Tattoo Concealer. It's just in a pot for easier access with a brush. And this is a Real Techniques fine liner brush or detail brush. I can pinpoint the blemishes so I'm not having heavy concealer sit all across my entire face or foundation. I'm just going to apply the coverage right where I need it and then blend it on in. Once I've applied the concealer to any spots I want to cover up, I like to go in with a foundation brush right now. I'm really liking this one. I just got a TJ Maxx, and I just go ahead and kind of push concealer into my skin and then brush away any edges where the concealer is meeting my natural skin and there might be a differential in color or texture right about now. Once I've blended concealer to the best of my abilities, I'm going to go ahead and let the skin set for a little bit, let the concealer set down and dry down a little bit, and move on to my eyes. As an aside, if you're wondering why there's a pillow behind me, the white balance in my camera kept getting thrown off from the pink of my walls and the pink of my shirt, and I kept looking like an Oompa Loompa, so thumbs up for ingenuity, right? The first color I'm going to start out with is going to be MAC's Naked Lunch, which is just, they describe it as a minimal pink with shimmer. I just think it's a very beautiful neutral and great for spring. I'm going to take it on a Real Techniques base shading brush, tap off any possible excess, although there usually isn't any, and I'm going to just take this across the entirety of my lid. And I was going to go on my crease color first, but I completely forgot to do that. I'm not awake yet. And it's hilarious to me that I'm trying to do a spring makeup tutorial when it's 29 something degrees outside, if it's even 29 out yet, and in no way, shape, or form feels like spring right now. But I shall persevere, and someday, hopefully, it will be spring-like. After Naked Lunch, I'm going to go in with Quarry, which is just a matte, soft brown color with a hint of plum. I'm going to take that on a large fluffy shader brush, on a large fluffy crease brush. This one's by Revlon. Tap off any excess. And I'm going to start in the outer portion of my eye right about here, right down the brow bone, and take it back and forth throughout the crease. This is a nice crease color. It's matte, it's soft, it does add some definition, and I really like the way it looks with brown eyes. You can definitely use a different crease color if you prefer. I know not everybody has this shade. Soft brown or wedge would do just as well, I would expect. This just happens to be what I have on hand. And I'm just going to go ahead and buff away quite a bit of this color to make it a very soft transition color. I think that is really the most important thing in makeup, is to make sure that it is blended very well. I'm trying to find the right light to make sure that I have everything blended in correctly. As an aside, if my voice sounds a bit wonky, I'm still getting over some spring allergies here, so. And I'm going to take this shimmery golden brown shade on a flat shader brush. I'm just going to take the very edge of the brush into the eyeshadow, tap off any excess, and I'm going to run this along my lower lash line for a hint of definition. If you want to take Quarry or another matte shade along the lower lash line for a little bit less drama, you could of course do that. I do that a lot for work days when I don't want to have a lot of glitter, a lot of glamour kind of going on, and I just want something subtle. And then I'm just going to buff the edge of the brush. Sorry, this is hard to talk and do this at the same time. Don't want to stab myself in the eyeball with an eyeshadow brush. Just buff the eyeshadow along this and keep working it back and forth so it's a soft, kind of blown out look instead of a harsh line. And then I'm going to curl my eyelashes. I like to do this before eyeliner so I don't smudge any eyeliner I put on. Curling your lashes just makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, opens them up, and it's a really fast, easy way to take a natural look and give it a little bit more oomph. Once I've cut my eyelashes, I'm going to take some black liquid liner. This just has like a little brush, and I'm going to do a subtle line, not really even a cat eye too much, a very gentle winged liner. Starting in the inner corner, very thin, right about where my lashes begin. Very thin line, just following my natural eyelash curve basically. I start thickening it up a little bit towards the end. And just close my eye and carry the line up a tiny bit. I like to go back over it to make sure that there aren't any naked spots and that it's completely even. Again, rather hard to talk while applying liquid eyeliner. I'm using Benefit They're Real as my mascara, and I'm just going to use this on my upper lashes only. I want most of the drama to be centered up there. I'm just going to work it back and forth between my lashes. And then take the ball tip and go through again. To get all those little baby hairs at the ends and add some length. And it also helps separate the lashes. Make sure you don't stab yourself in the eyeball with it though, because it is pretty painful. Which is what I'm trying not to do right now. Okay. I'm going to stop there with the eyes. You could definitely go ahead and apply some natural looking false lashes if you wanted to. I'm not going to go bother with that. It's just not my personality for the most part. I'm going to go in next with my concealer for my under eyes to cover up the dark circles that are happening down there. And I'm just going to apply this straight from the tube in kind of like a half triangle. That lightness and brightness thing. Oh, this is the last time I try and film a makeup tutorial this early in the morning. I'm normally a morning person, but with allergies, I'm also like a zombie, so try and put those two together. And then I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush and just kind of pat this color in. Well, not really the color, but the concealer. And the nice thing about this concealer is it's very lightweight, but it does have a fair amount of pigmentation, and it's also a highlighter and concealer, highlighter and concealer in one. So it's really nice for the under eye area to bring some more light up under there. And it's not really shimmery that I've ever seen. It's just a brightener. So it works pretty well on my notably bad under eye circles. So just going to brush my eyebrows. You could definitely fill them in if you need to. My eyebrows are pretty much just, I let them go au naturel basically. I might brush them a tiny touch, maybe pluck them once or twice, but I just can't be bothered. Something has to slide on my face and it's going to be the eyebrows right now. And then I'm going to take a loose powder and just pat it. Don't brush it, but pat it all across my face to set the concealer I applied earlier. And by letting some time in between, I can't talk. By letting some time in between the concealer and the powder, you allow that concealer to dry down a little bit. So it's already started to set itself. This will just help with the shine and with any movement throughout the day. And I like using a loose powder. I just find it much lighter than a pressed powder, and I don't feel like it's caking up my skin the way the pressed powder can. Very dramatic way of saying that, wasn't it? I'm now going to go in with a touch of bronzer just to warm up my face a tiny bit. I'm not contouring. I just want a little bit of glow to my face. It's supposed to be spring, and we're supposed to be tan by now, right? Well, not that I really am ever tan, but I don't want to look like Casper the Ghost either, so we'll warm up a tiny bit, basically around my hairline and jawline, just very, very, very subtly. I'm not even sure you'll be able to notice a difference, but I like having a touch of warmth from time to time. Now we're going to try something a little bit different that I've never tried before. I'm going to take a foundation brush with a duo fiber and then a liquid brush. This one's Posie Tint by Benefit. And I've seen this done online, so we're going to try this. I'm going to get the dang thing open and paint the edges of the duo fiber brush. We're going to just go ahead and go over the face. And the last step for a fun spring makeup look is a bright lip, at least in my mind. You go for a coral or a juicy watermelon. I'm going to go for a hot pink. I'm just going to start out with a little bit of baby lips. You could just wear this if you wanted to. It's very pretty, it's very moisturizing, but that's literally as far up as mine will twist, so I'm out of it, so I'm not going to wear that today. I'm going to top it with a Revlon lip butter in the shade 090 Sweet Tart. And I like these because they're very glossy on their own, so you don't need a lip gloss necessarily. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It means the world to me when you do. All of my social media links will be listed down below if you'd like to come hang out with me, as well as a product list for all of the things I used. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love you, bye.